Welcome to CLIC Connect. I'm your host, Craig Sullivan. And today we have a newcomer joining the conversation, Zana Usher, who is the founder and CEO of ZD Hospitality. They stand for teaching and coaching outstanding guest services, achieving maximum revenue for both you and your team. And they have got a lot of different services that they can offer you. So, Zana, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Hi, Greg. It's such a pleasure to be here. Good morning. I'm fantastic. I'm so happy to be here. Hi.
Oh, thank you for joining us. This is wonderful. Would you do me and the audience a favor, please, and tell them a little bit about yourself and ZD Hospitality,
Of
please?
course. I was born and raised in Germany, in Berlin. I was born into a true hospitality family. My dad used to be a well-known chef. My mom used to run a housekeeping team as a housekeeping manager at a fair smaller hotel as well in Berlin. And, I was kind of like born into this industry. And I really loved it from the first time stepped into a restaurant where my dad was cooking and my mom was managing, the team at the hotel. I kind of knew this was it for me. And ZD Hospitality was basically born out of my own career. I managed a bunch of hotels, helped manage a bunch of amazing floors, amazing teams, worked with fantastic people, fantastic guests together, traveled all over. I speak 4 languages. I lived in 6 different countries, and hospitality was literally my always and all the time, follower. Like I followed hospitality all over the world, and I ended up in Los Angeles, and I love it here.
Nice. Now, I think you're being just a little humble. Some of your clients have included Hilton, Intercontinental Hotels and Resorts,
Mhm,
Best Western,
mhm,
which are all sponsors of the California Lodging Investment Conference, Four Seasons Hotels and Resorts,
mhm.
and Fig and Olive, plus many, many more.
Yes.
So, your career has been extensive, impressive, and you've got both a bachelor's and master's degree in hospitality. So my feeling is, because I'm old, you're 25 maybe, and you've accomplished all of this. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, how do you help an existing business that's, we're all coming out of a global pandemic that's financially devastated our industry.
Right.
So, how are you helping clients right now to gear up? All that pinned up demand's coming back. How are you helping them to evolve their team, re-image their
Mhm.
business, and be ready for when the onslaught starts with travel again?
Yes, great question. Right now we're really focusing on bringing back the vision that we all had why we started hospitality in the first place. So I understand there's so much happening and people are in really, really, really deep holes, but I'm trying to be here to remind them on what was born in here. When they really wanted to start that restaurant, when they really opened those first time the doors to their hotel or had this idea of investing. And we're very focusing on really helping to make your team the best team. We want your business to stand out from everybody. And because it's imperative, right? The service that we offer to our guests, that's what makes us us. That's what
Yeah.
makes your business you. And this is what we mainly focus on. It takes a little bit more than just a 2 week training here and there and let your other teammates take over because hospitality and giving elite guest service, you don't have to necessarily be a 5-star resort. You really don't. All you need is really
Right.
to understand what does this really mean to give good guest service. Those in-depth trainings, that's what we focus on. And I help by really just offering myself phone calls, Zooms, have a cup of coffee, maybe even have a glass of wine, whatever people at this time feel comfortable. We just talk and bring back the idea, really bring back what it is that you wanted in the first place to accomplish. And if that didn't happen, what it is that you want now to accomplish? What do you want your business to be? And that's where I step in. That's where I really help out to figure out what can we do to make money for everybody. because this
Right.
is a business.
Right.
Everybody's trying to make money, and we cannot forget that. But the most important thing is we work with human beings, with people, and we got to understand that we are giving a service to them. And that needs to stick out. And once we master that, we will all make money. I promise that.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. And, you're doing far more than teaching and executing great guest services. I mean, you're taking sometimes some raw talent and helping to mold them
Agree.
to, get those doors back open, get everybody's energy levels up and ready. And, the better your guest skills are, the better the organization's going to do, the better you're going to do as part of that team, and that hotel or that restaurant's gonna do phenomenally better. Now, looking back at the list of some of your clientele, you've got everything there in the middle. Okay, you've got Best Western to Four Seasons. Fig and Olive's a great restaurant.
Fantastic.
They have superior service, outstanding food.
Yep.
It's got an ambiance from the moment you walk through the doors. And when I was chief development officer for a boutique company, our whole thing was we did not want any of our guests having buyer's remorse as they got out of the car and walked to the front doors. So I think that's, part of the strategy that you're using.
I completely agree.
And, you're also doing something else that you brag about. You have an incognito service, which a lot of people have, but they never talk about. So give us a little bit about that, would you please?
Yeah, sure. It's very imperative for your team to be evaluated, and not that they feel negatively evaluated, but to point out where can we be better. That's the whole purpose of us coming in incognito, kind of like under the radar, to just really point out to the owners of like, hey, this is something that we, paid attention to. We noticed this or that, and here's a big report. And then it's up to the owner or to the investor to say, okay, great, thank you for this amazing report. I will have my manager execute the report, or we can stay on site and execute all the, I don't want to call them mistakes, because we grow from mistakes, but the things that we can do better, right? And that's also, just to go back to your other point, the more we focus on our team, training our people, helping them to achieve more revenue for themselves in tips, of course, the owner will make more money. And then a step further, your team will not leave you. Why would they go? You will have less turnover because they're happy in their work environment. And we just work with managers and also helping them to understand that you are the leader of this team. You have the privilege to have 20, 30, 50 or more people under you, but this comes with a big responsibility. If you have a bad mood, please stay at home. because you're transferring you're transferring your energy or whatever happened to you in your private life onto the whole team, and you can do that, and so this is the stuff that we focus on also with our incognito service, is to really point out things where things can be implemented and trained, and strategies that we can use to just make your operation the best that it can be.
There you go. Unfortunately, we are out of time. So how can everybody get a hold of you?
You can reach me on my website, zdhospitality.com. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn. You can reach out to me on Facebook. You can reach out to me on, Instagram. ZD Hospitality Coaching is, I'm sure you will find me, but give me a call on my website. All my information is on my website. I'm happy to get together for a cup of coffee or virtual coffee with you.
Perfect. Thank you for joining the conversation today.
Thank you so much.
It. And I'd like to thank you, our audience, for joining us today, and our production partners, Red Roof Franchising and Chicago Title's National Commercial Services Group, California. It's in the name with them. They work national. They're based here in my backyard in California and also up in the Bay Area. Follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. It really mean a lot to us. And now remember, be kind, share your knowledge, and go be amazing.